What's up? It's your boy Kevin to turn on this motherfucking YouTube shit. Wow, what the fuck?
What's up? It's your boy Kevin to turn on YouTube shit. Hey man, we are lit that teeth, man. Turn. Some motherfucking, hey. Chillin' outside. Big Crip and the gang chillin' outside shit, man. Free Palestine, free Congo. Russia do your thing and Texas stand the fuck up. Each day is a new day to be a better version of yourself. Never let somebody bring you down, always fight back. Never let somebody tell you who you are, but also never put yourself in a position you don't belong. Let's stay humble. Let's get on revolution on the movement. Keep Yahweh first. Coming to you, the Black Hebrew Israelite, as a real Jew. We out here. Alright. Boom. Say, motherfucking day. Chillin' outside. Big Crip and the gang chillin' outside shit, man. Gang. Bruh. It's a lot going down in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Your boy has been seeing what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Going through the situation, the scenery. You know what I'm saying? I'm really starting to see how this shit is really, you know what I'm saying, set up. You get what I'm saying? At the end of the day, man, you gotta always have faith in yourself and the Most High. He can always expose these situations for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Ceddy Nash and YSL Woody. You get what I'm saying? Bruh, Ceddy Nash and YSL Woody used to have major beef. But now we got Ceddy Nash bringing YSL Woody to the hood in LA. That they let every white man, every white woman parade and parade through the trenches of their hood. And you know what I'm saying? They let the white man put their dick and balls all over their faces. But a black man bringing another black man to the hood. Yeah, this nigga's a rat. They all arms and feet trying to say, hey, wait a minute. But like I said, it's still a part of the game of Ceddy Nash and YSL Woody. It's all about money on at the end of the day, bro, for these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got no heart. These motherfuckers don't give a fuck about the real. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta spot the difference out and don't get too deep into the situation because, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But we got the video. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. And also get about Ceddy Nash snitching. Crazy. Shout out to Hookah Anonymous. We got Ceddy Nash bringing YSL Woody to the Rollin 60 Crip neighborhood. Y'all know we watch a little bit of Ceddy Nash and Woody. This shit, damn, it's getting wild, bruh. Hey, clout is a dangerous drug, my boys.
You want time? Yeah, you keep playing me, bro. I'm gonna say sorry. Say sorry.
You're sorry. Yes, you're sorry.
No, you still doing good.
As a man, I gotta step up and apologize to the whole hood.
Damn.
The loop, because I was totally unaware that Ceddy Nash has been in hot water as of recently due to a mistake he made of bringing YSL Woody, or should I say Woody, who people refer to as a known snitch due to his actions during the YSL trial, to his hood in California, which is known to be a huge Crip territory that falls under the Rollin 60s faction. Now, I should have known something was up when I started seeing No Jumper with Ceddy Nash in their headlines, because we know that they cling to anything drama-related, but in this case, I can see why, because this is like a big thing, according to some people in LA, including friends of Ceddy Nash himself. Now, first and foremost, shout out to Ceddy Nash. When it comes to the situation, I'm 50-50 on it because, honestly, I understand both sides. I'm neither Crip or from LA, so my opinion is unbiased and strictly just from my point of view. Now, from my understanding, real briefly, Ceddy Nash did an interview or vlog with YSL Woody, and he decided to bring him to his neighborhood in LA. Now, allegedly, I emphasize the alleged part because it's rumored that Ceddy Nash is a part of the Rollin 60s Crips, so of course that would be considered his neighborhood, right? But Woody's name and reputation isn't what a street person would consider good,
some shit where he been going around almost everywhere.
A rat.
You're like, what the fuck
right?
going
so
on?
basically bringing a rat around your street gang where the number one rule usually is no ratting, you can easily understand why Ceddy's actions would warrant a not so good response from some of his peers. And I get it.
But then this is a free country,
also have to understand
shit.
is this. Prior to Woody getting out, Ceddy Nash was actually one of the few and most known bloggers when it came to covering the YSL case, especially in particular Woody. So I'm sure when it came to them collabing for content purposes, it may have been a good idea that Ceddy Nash,
you know what he be doing for that money on, man. That
problem
clout
is
and money on.
Ceddy's street ties. And see, like I said, I get it, but it's also unfortunate because in situations like this, where someone is trying to evolve and do different things or go different places in life, the streets is always right there trying to pull you back. This man just probably trying to create content and do his job, but here he is having to worry about what the streets is going to say or think, and people possibly want to do harm to him because they may feel disrespected. But, like I said earlier, I understand the other side too, because this is the lifestyle that Ceddy signed up for. You want to be a part of that organization, and you know the principles they stand on, so unfortunately, you must abide by those principles. Simple. So like I said, I'm on both sides of the fence when it comes to the situation, but that's why I want to know what y'all think as well. So we're going to get into what started all this, and then also go over Ceddy Nash's apology to his neighborhood, and I guess the people around him that had a problem with what he did. And let's get into it, man. Before we do, make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button so we can get this video into the algorithm. And if you not subscribed to the platform already, make sure you do so now. Let's get into it.
No, he's still there, guys. They flood.
For the rapping, playing ball but not matching, chopping up into a fraction. I'm like, oh my God. You heard there with capping, no lacking, I'm just still packing in the world. Doechii resting, my whole wrist is part of the bitch, I ain't stupid, I'm sure.
Outside, South System on scan. Most hanging. Yo, Woody.
For respect, but
That's crazy. Crip.
Alright, so I just let that play so y'all can see what everyone is talking about, right? But let me say this. I know Ceddy Nash is getting the blame for bringing him, but if you pay attention to everybody that's around, right? This guy right here, look at Woody face. He look happy as good. Do Woody look worried? Let's see.
He look more safe out there than he was at ATL.
He's still there, guys. They flood.
For the rapping, playing ball but not.
So the point of me saying that is this, right? It's not just Ceddy Nash that allowed YSL Woody to come. So the thing is, why is he the only one facing backlash? If you pay attention to the video, it looked like more than just Ceddy Nash in this video to me. Look, he's throwing it up. Got him here, right? Him here, there. Who else? You got him. He all teeth and palms.
You know what I'm saying?
Do he look like he got a problem with Ceddy Nash bringing YSL Woody to the hood? No.
He like my shiny teeth in
So
me.
at the end of the day, my point is this.
Whole teeth about to pop out of his mouth.
I understand Ceddy, he knows exactly what he's up against, and So at the end of the day, I get it. He apologized. But what about these guys? Right? They're all rolling 60s. Is it some type of, I forgot what they do, as like a disciplinary thing?
That's
whatever.
crazy.
Or where they fight for like 3 or 6 minutes? I forgot what it is.
Pack out, DP.
But L7, something like that.
They get DP.
Don't quote me. I ain't really into the gang politics. I just know a little. But do they all get that? Because it seems like they're all supporting it. It's not just Ceddy Nash. Now, if it was a problem, right, in which I do get it, they say he's a snitch. Why is he around? But here's the thing. Why nobody came up to Ceddy Nash right then and there and say, yo, Ceddy, listen, this is Al. But here's the thing. Why nobody came up to Ceddy Nash right then and there and say, yo, Ceddy, listen, you're bugging. Get him out of here now. Right? Why nobody came up to him while he had him right there live in the flesh? Don't wait until you leave. Don't wait to get on the internet. Don't wait to crack jokes. Right then and there, it looked like more than 10 people that was around that was all teeth and palms, throwing up 60s, and seeing YSL Woody right there. Why nobody said nothing to Woody? Why nobody said nothing to Ceddy Nash? Right? Right is right and wrong is wrong. And you know what's funny? I seen somewhere where someone said, first Big U get taken out, and now they're bringing snitches to the hood, right? But let's not be biased. Big U was heavy on supporting Gunna, who was also labeled a snitch in the YSL trial. We all seen it with our own 2 eyes and heard it with our own 2 ears. Yes, ma'am. Right? So let's keep the same energy. Why could Big U openly support Gunna, who they call a quote-unquote alleged rat? I'm going to just say alleged. But then there's a problem when Ceddy Nash brings Woody. And Big U is bigger than Ceddy when it comes to that whole, you know. So keep that same
But we all know it's for money on the clout. You know what I'm saying? Like, these niggas, like,
anyway,
it's like,
let's get into
these motherfuckers don't have no morals at the end of the day if they let the money on the clout dictate what they want to do.
And before we even get into it, this is what he said in the caption. He said, quote, "My goal was never to make the hood look bad. I gotta apologize as a man and a member."
I feel like Ceddy Nash is doing what, hey,
as a man,
what the fuck you want to do. And the people still behind it is what it is.
Yes, this fiasco that just happened. My goal is never to bring controversy to the hood. That's number one. I talked to all the older homies that I need to and everything. We all straight. Everything is good. What y'all seen was somebody that I rock with that's like family to me. Seeing my brothers and how we do stuff in LA. Because I didn't want anything to happen to Woody while he was in LA. I wanted to make sure that everything was good. And
he's trying to say, like, all right, so let me break it down from what I gathered so far. He's saying that YSL Woody was in Cali or LA, wherever he was. I guess he was close to his hood. Him and YSL Woody are friends, right? He said that's his brother, so he considers someone that he may need to protect. Him knowing how Cali could get, and he's from there, so he understands how it is out there, the gang politics and everything. With him having an understanding of that, I guess he wanted to protect Woody. So he said, listen, if you're going to be out here, let me know where you at so I can ride around with you and I got you.
All that goofy
While
shit.
you're with me, nothing's going to happen to you.
He just
So it
trying to do
seems
between
like
versus
it wasn't
one.
about
Crip.
going viral. It wasn't him trying to bring him to the hood for content purposes or like a vlog. It was him simply just being caught on camera protecting his friend. But the part that still gets to me, he's apologizing for protecting his friend who they call a rat. Why nobody had this energy for Big U making him apologize? Right? He said it straight up and down. Yeah, Gunna good. Right?
instantly, I'm already saying this right now. I apologize. I talked to all the homies, bro. We was, you know what I'm saying? Was understood. Ain't got to be said or anything like that. Everything is already addressed. We done already handled it. It's all good. But if the whole hood don't agree, that's it. It don't matter. Ceddy Nash ain't bigger than the program. None of that. My brothers are standing with me because that's what it is, bro. So just because I'm doing business with somebody and I got a relationship with somebody, anybody from the hood that feel like whatever they feel like they're entitled to their opinion and ain't nothing ever gonna be negative. I'm not bigger than the program. I'm just saying this as a man because this is what has to happen. So I'm putting it out there right now. Ceddy Nash apologizing to the whole hood because we already got a bunch of controversy going on. More ain't needed. So
see, at least he's being a man about it. He said, "Listen, I know I was
he's
wrong.
speaking on what's going on.
I probably acted out of emotion for protecting my friend.
Man, a lot of people don't deserve to go to people's hood.
Politics wise. So, you know what? I apologize." And he's like, "Listen, I'm willing to take whatever comes with it. I'm not bigger than the program. I do understand, but I apologize. Outside of that, it's nothing more he can do." Right? And he done did the furthest. He done got on. It's not like he just apologized in silence or he did it, wow. No. He went on social media and apologized. What more you want from him? If y'all want that little L7, I think it's called, or whatever it's called,
DP.
y'all gonna have to talk with Ceddy if he, Because I'm pretty sure he understands, you know. But at the end of the day, bro, like I said, they got to keep that same energy.
Oh, automatically, like I said, I done talked to the big homies. I done talked to everybody I need to talk to. I done stood and, you know, what's understood ain't got to be said. Certain things ain't got to be said on this internet. But to me, to everybody, bro, that's on me. That's on me. That's my apology. My brothers were supporting me. Because as a civilian, he a celebrity, but there's still protocol on how to do stuff.
Now he a civilian.
When no say no, it don't matter. That's a whole no. So just because I'm doing business with people, that don't mean nothing.
See, and that's the part that gets me, man. Because like I said, I do understand the whole gang culture and politics, but like he said, if I'm doing business, like damn, like y'all gotta at least understand. Like I understand the gang stuff, but I'm doing business. But once again, like I said, that's why I'm 50-50 because that's what you signed up for. Simple as that, right? And it's unfortunate, but damn,
that don't mean nothing. So right now, for me, to everybody and everybody I talk to, everybody already know this was coming. So ain't no surprise, no nothing like that, anything. I gotta apologize to the hood because it do look bad. It just do. Regardless of the people who know, they know. Everybody that's in, know. So I'm not gonna make this no negative. I said, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Everything that don't need to be on the net is on the net and whatever else. But
what? What he just said? Whatever else don't need to be on the net is on the net. What? Say what you talking about. Nah, I get what you trying to say.
Me. That's what that was. That's what that was, bro. So I ain't want to bring no distractions. I don't want no bad light casted on the hood. The cats that wasn't feeling that, they have a right to that. The older homies that needed to, you know what I'm saying, need to holler at me, they hollered at me. Everything's square, straight, it's all love. The internet, all the internet hate, bring that my way. Because all the cats that y'all tagging and all this, they ain't had nothing to do with that. Y'all didn't see everybody. So that's what that is, bro. The whole hood was not running with that. That's on me. Like,
alright, that's pretty much it. Right? It's not more he could do. He said he patched it up with the people he needed to patch up with. Behind the scenes, I'm assuming they probably told him, listen, as long as you make a public apology and let it be known, it is what it is. That's it.
I feel like saying that, man.
Listen,
just didn't stop bringing people to the hood.
Got on there, well, I don't care what.
I feel like he thought this was like. I feel like he thought this was like, you know what I'm saying, academics and shit. Bro, come on, man.
Like he says, he's not
no jumper and shit.
There's certain protocol he has to follow because he decided to join the organization. One man can't go against the whole circus. Right?
He's not no jumper.
So if he would have decided to take that route,
even no jumper can't even do what they doing, but I don't white. Niggas want to take out the black people, not the white people. Weird shit.
Whatever comes with it, comes with it. Simple as that. Right? I respect it. It is what it is.
When it comes down to the white man, they ain't doing shit. But black men do some shit. They all fist and hurry.
Don't forget to like,
say something to Adam, he be doing the same shit.
Hit that bell so you're notified every.
Bro, this shit getting wild. Shout out to Brian Blake. Si Nash admits to being paid informant with the Young Thug and Woody shit. Bruh. What's going on?
Now, Mr. Cedric Adams, a.k.a. Ceddy Nash, has responded. Not just to me, but to everybody. He addressed Bringin Woody to L.A. He addressed the news clip. He addressed everything. He keeps saying, if I snitched on my brother, how come they aren't showing any paperwork that shows the actual statement of me saying my brother's name? What he's playing on is the fact that California has specific FOIA laws where they release some things, but not everything. So they will release an incident report and show you that an incident happened, maybe release the names of the individuals involved, but they don't give too many specifics of the case. Like, they won't give you the statements. And, you know, California has a gang problem. We got to be honest about that. So they have written their laws to prevent certain documents from being released. With that being said, Ceddy knows this. So he's playing on the fact that nobody can get those documents except for him, and trying to use the fact that nobody has those documents to, I guess, as proof that the documents don't exist, but that's not how it works. In reality, we have this incident report that shows that a call was made, arrests were made, you're listed as the victim. If you want to clear your name from that, go get the entire report from the case and cover it like you cover everybody else's case. Don't just get the report, the one page, go ask for a copy of your statement. Show us what they say in response to that. You keep bringing up money and saying, well, I got 10,000 if anybody can produce it. You know that nobody can get it. So you trying to dupe the audience, bro. And I saw somebody tell you that if you wrong, you should admit you wrong. You should probably take that route instead of trying to finesse the listeners because you're not good at it, which will bring me to my next point. In response to this news clip that I released, by the way, I am the person who originally released that news clip. But in response to that, Ceddy is saying that he was paid to make this statement. Now, he's saying that it's not a statement because he didn't talk to police. There's no paperwork on it, but it's still a statement. You're listed as a witness. This guy was accused of a murder. This is a real, actual crime that happened. And while on the scene, you said, I heard some arguments. Then I heard somebody say he's not a part of this. And then I heard shots. That's a statement, clear as day. Now, saying that you got paid to make that statement is basically saying you were paid to snitch. That's all that amounts to. You saying, hey, I got paid to tell them what I knew about this. He's trying to say that he was nowhere near the scene and that somebody just paid him to come on the scene and say that, but that's a crime. So why he would be admitting to that or, saying that and putting that out there like that makes no sense to me. But that's the excuse he's trying to use. Sounds to me like being a paid informant, but however you want to word it, that's on you. Just listen to him, though. This is like the worst explanation ever. He literally admitting to being a paid informant, but let's hear him out.
This was a disagreement between two people. I got paid to say that. That's what crisis action looks like.
You get paid to snitch?
And look at where everything else is at. I'm way down the street. I don't know what this is.
Oh my God.
He said he was a crisis actor and he was paid to make a statement.
No, he was paid to snitch.
On the news, basically.
He was paid to snitch.
Well,
Damn. I'm being led in that conversation.
Oh, he get paid to snitch, gang. I know a lot of y'all think 607 Unc is crazy. Y'all think he be talking crazy and acting crazy.
He making sense sometimes.
Plenty of sense. See, he called it right out. You got paid to snitch. That's what you're basically saying. So listen, in this response, he also goes and gets the paperwork from this case. He's trying to prove that he didn't make a statement, like I said. But what he's showing us is that this is a real case. This is a real situation. And also that the person who did the murder is actually claiming self-defense. And when I originally broke this story, I said, man, hey, if that dude is claiming self-defense, you just cooked his whole defense. Let me show y'all why I said that.
We also spoke with some witnesses about what they heard. They said they heard an argument just before the shooting. When you heard the argument, was it a long argument? Was it just short? Did it seem like
it was static? And his friend was like, "He's not even a part of this. He's not a part of this."
And boom, boom, boom,
boom, boom, boom.
Now, looking at this paperwork, which is the same paperwork that Ceddy has in his response video, it clearly says that this guy was claiming self-defense. Now, just off of that statement alone, we can draw three inferences. One, Ceddy was on the scene when it happened. Two, Ceddy heard somebody say, this guy has nothing to do with it. He don't have anything to do with it, meaning that he was trying to clear himself of any involvement, not being an aggressor towards you and making you feel like you got to defend yourself. Third, you shot him because Ceddy said he heard shots. Boom, boom, boom. So all of that is completely contradictory to a self-defense claim. While Ceddy tried to twist my words and say, I said he destroyed dude's self-defense claim as if he went in the courtroom and did it. No, but when you gave that information on the scene, the police already knew that it wasn't a self-defense situation. So now they are investigating it like it's a murder and not a self-defense situation. Now they looking at the videos from the spot and they have an interpretation of what they see going on the video as opposed to just looking at it and wondering who's on whose side and what's actually being said. To now come forward and say that you were paid to say those things, it's basically saying you were paid to give a statement about that case and what happened. Now let's get to this YSL Woody thing. Ceddy is now attempting to say that Woody is not a snitch. Not because of the interrogation room stuff, but because of the actual trial. And then he's snitching on Young Thug in the process. Listen to this.
Like, you know, when he was down, getting on the stand and that Young Thug stuff was going on, did you ever have a video saying that he was a rat or a snitch or anything?
I put the interrogation video out. I'm dropped that interrogation video.
So you agree?
You cloud chasing.
So you agree he was a rat, right?
I didn't hear what you said. It found out.
I said you agree he was a rat?
Found out the real? Because y'all don't know. You know what I'm saying? If I found out, it did look bad, and that was what I was initially saying. True indeed. But when I found out the real, that's not what it is. You got to go back and find out. Thug told Cuz to do all this shit. So when everything is said, everything and everything like that, go back and literally listen to, understand the nigga Thug just to go up there and do that. You got to remember, that's charged with the murder of Donovan Thomas.
Now he is on here telling y'all that Young Thug interfered in his own trial, basically committed obstruction of justice by telling Woody what to testify to and altering the testimony. This is a very serious accusation, and considering the history of the feds listening to No Jumper and using No Jumper podcasts in their investigations, it's crazy that you would be on No Jumper, whether it's in person or on a phone, and talking to them and telling them that Young Thug did this. You trying to get that man a case. This is the type of stuff that starts investigations and build cases. Okay, he might have beat the other charges. Well, I can't even say beat him because he pleaded guilty and copped out. But you telling the world this could lead to more charges. There's a statute of limitations on things, but I'm pretty sure that statute of limitations is not up. But as opposed to saying, hey, I'm wrong, I did this and I shouldn't have done it, he want to get on here and make up all these excuses and try to clear Woody's name instead of saying, hey, dude is a snitch, but I think he's cool and I still hang with him. You want to try to make him not be a snitch. And in the process of trying to clear him of snitching, now you snitching on Young Thug. You see how that go? Just shut up, bro. Keep it real and say, hey, look, dude a rat, but I think he cool. I still hang with him. The reason why he can't say that is because then he has to admit that he brought a rat around. So he like in this little catch-22 thing where he got to really, really watch what he say. Y'all also have to keep in mind that Ceddy Nash is not actually from there. So things that would be routine or normal thoughts for other people slip his mind, or he has no knowledge of it at all. Such as the relationship between Nip and Young Thug. This was, on the outside, a very solid looking relationship. And it's almost disrespectful to Thug to bring through the guy who was informing on him. You trying to say that Thug told him, man, I ain't heard Thug say nothing, don't nobody know nothing about that. We do know we saw this dude on the video in the interrogation room telling. That's what we know. All of that, he made up names and all. At the end of the day, even if he made up those other names, Young Thug's name was real, and he said that Young Thug was the leader. Young Thug sent them to do this stuff. Thug. So the fake people who he might have made up still led back to a real person. Anyway, Nip and Young Thug had a solid relationship, which means that the people around Nip got love for Thug. The people who really rocked with Nip probably got love for Thug. They probably had intentions on having Thug slide through after the BET Awards or something, if it wasn't a violation of his probation. So now they got word that Woody out there roaming around, and it's like, oh, no, we can't have dude out here. He probably got to stay a certain distance away from dude and all that type of stuff. It's things like this that somebody like Ceddy, who didn't have a relationship with Nip, probably don't even think about Nip after he's gone now, he won't get it. You know what I'm saying? And he's trying to flip the script, and the harder he tries that, the deeper the hole gets. Like, bro, you literally on here incriminating Thug in a crime. That's the
that's the
like
base
the biggest
bottom line
thing out of the
yeah.
whole video that I take.
Yeah.
You got on here and said that this man is
he might be worse than Gunna.
Like you interfering with the outcome of his case. At the end of the day, this really all comes down to just being yourself.
Yeah.
If Woody was in LA and said he wanted to hang with Woody, it's a million other places that they could have went.
That's just going to show you the internet beef man be on some bullshit.
But said he wanted validation. He wanted to fit in. In order to get that validation and fit in, he had to show up around these guys with some type of celebrity or some type of famous person, some type of currency, so to speak. At least in his mind, that's what he thought. And that is indicative of how he views the relationship.
And that's the only celebrity he could think of?
He don't even feel like he can go around them unless he got something. So his desire to fit in made him make an irrational decision. It was a really, look, y'all, look what I got, look who I'm with. But you pulled up with Woody.
Somebody like
on the flip side of that, I think Woody just wanted to kick it in LA. I don't think he would have cared where he pulled up at. You know, I mean, let's be real.
He just wants to clap the money out and say, look what I did.
He is what he is at the same time, if you get what I'm saying. So I think that dude really just wanted to go hang out. I don't believe he said, hey, take me over here. I want to go over here. So I 100% put the blame for this whole little situation on Ceddy Nash.
Yeah, I do too.
I 1,000,000% understand why Ceddy Nash is apologizing. It's definitely his fault.
Yeah.
Aside from the gang ties, you gotta look
at he didn't have to do it.
The business
That's
side.
A fact. Woody could have went down and turned himself.
Just because Woody was over there, that could have deterred Young Thug from coming through, shopping at a couple stores, and it could have deterred people who are associated with Young Thug, loyal to Young Thug.
I couldn't tell if it was ATL or where they was at.
Or just people who just want to stay away from Woody and drama. Somebody might have been like, oh, he over there? That might not end well. Let me not go nowhere near there. So you kind of ran away some traffic, so to speak. Not necessarily for the hood guys, but for the businesses in the area that get business from tourists when they come around. You know, a lot of those Slauson and Crenshaw, that whole little area, it's almost like, you know, a tourist area when people come in.
Anybody go in that bitch.
Go ride through these places.
The only niggas who get checked are the dumb niggas who think they gotta talk to other niggas to go to somewhere. Goofy ass.
By you bringing
I'm a grown ass man. I'm paying my own money on. I'm finna go check in with other niggas and say, hey, I'm going to a property that y'all don't even own. Go argue with the white man, bitch. You know what I'm saying? To the white man. The white man go in out there motherfucking slinging ain't nothing, dicking all over y'all niggas' mouths and shit.
And drop that video on him, then this wouldn't be an issue.
They be slinging dick and balls in y'all mouths.
He don't get to go.
Y'all say shit.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. I 1,000,000% believe that Ceddy Nash is responsible for Woody's career. He's responsible for him blowing up. So I can see how they have a relationship because
I thought Woody blew up just because he's already blowing up.
People watched.
Ceddy Nash did put a little part in it, but no, I don't think I can't say Ceddy Nash did that shit.
Nobody even watched that case anymore. The last dude just got his time not too long ago, and I probably can't tell you the last time I saw some Young Thug trial coverage.
Everybody watching that shit.
Come down my YouTube timeline.
Everybody watching that shit.
You highlighted Woody. You put him out there.
He probably got more reach,
but at the same time,
that's a
you
fact.
can't undo what you've already done. We can't unsee what we already saw, and we can't unhear what we already heard.
I really didn't start watching Ceddy Nash recently. I don't watch him do that YSL Woody trial.
He was in there talking to them people. Now, however you want to break that down, that's on you. But that's what you need to be breaking down. You trying to convince us that you had it wrong. Like I say, because you see the value in that relationship. He knows that Woody is bringing in some income. Woody is valuable. He knows it. He sees it. So he's trying to reverse what he put in motion. That's not how it goes. And this is why a lot of people feel like the whole exposing people and calling people snitches and the paperwork thing is lame. Situations like this, is what make people think that it's lame, because you expose this guy, you call him a rat, you get him nationally known as a rat, and then you try to befriend him. You find out that you actually need him. That's why they say, watch your mouth. Don't speak on everything. Be careful who you expose. You jumped in Young Thug's business, exposing Woody, you know, for clout and a little YouTube money, and now Woody is bigger than you. You need Woody now. So now you trying to figure out how to get next to Woody. Oh, let me clear his name, get him a couple walkthroughs and stuff like that. But you can't undo that. The people who rock with Woody, it's just because they don't care if he a snitch or not, and they rocking with him. They entertained by him. As far as you clearing his name and getting people to recognize him as not a snitch, it's never going to happen.
Nah, he's a big rat.
It's never going to happen. So, you know, live with what you put down and move forward. I can't tell you how to handle the situation you created for yourself out there. That's on you. You deal with that. But as far as going forward, bro, be yourself. Stop pretending to be something you ain't. You sitting here telling me that I lied on you about the paperwork situation with your brother when I'm very well versed in the law, bro. I have experience in those situations. Your brother ended up getting his probation violated. Those transcripts don't say anything about you because he pleaded out for that. That charge he was arrested on was dismissed. But don't forget to mention that from the day that incident happened until he pleaded out, he was in jail. Them guys got booked. They had cases. They had to go sit in jail and go to the pen, the people who went. So, no, we don't have the paperwork of you saying, yeah, my brother shot at me. But that's because they won't release it to us. Go, put in a FOIA request yourself. Show us a copy of the FOIA request that you put in. A screenshot from the website that it's already put in. Show us a copy of that. Then come back when they respond to you and show us that you were an actual party to the case. So, matter of fact, you were the person who called them. You started the case. So it's no reason that they should deny you a copy of your statement. Put in a FOIA request for your statement. Show us that you put it in. When you get that request responded to, show us what the response is. If they sent you a document, show us that document. If they didn't send you a document, show us why they said they didn't send you a document. If you never made a statement, it's going to say no statement exists. This document doesn't exist. If you did make a statement, it's going to say here it is, or it's going to tell us why they can't release it. But to just sit here and keep saying, oh, they don't got the paperwork, when I'm showing you that I requested your statement and they told me that they can't give it to me because it violates some type of privacy stuff that California got with FOIA requests, like, that's what it is, bro. But don't keep trying to play on our intelligence. With that said, I'm going to wrap this up. Ceddy Nash, stop hanging with snitches, stop snitching. You putting Young Thug in a bad situation, bro. On that note, I'm out.
That shit wild, man.
Byron Blake, make sure y'all hit that like button. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think.
The more you know,
to the channel.
That's what I'm saying, man. All you gotta do is just wait. You gonna see people true colors, man.
There's gotta be an easier way to find a credit card.
See, this is why I can't really co-sign that she's not an industry plant, because like before that she was stay woke, black people this and that, but then she's saying this.
Y'all, Doechii is getting dragged all over the internet after her appearance on the Hot Ones Versus a few days ago. And trust me, it gets worse because many people think she might have bitten off more than she can chew with the statement she made on camera. So, during the latest episode of the Hot Ones Versus, Doechii appeared alongside DJ Miss Milan. In the second round, Doechii was asked about her biggest relationship red flag, and her answer had a lot of people raging. According to Doechii, her biggest dating red flag is straight men.
This is a huge red flag for me. All right. You know what's so crazy? I was going to say men. I was going to say men. No, like, I mean, strike one. You're a man. Yeah. And you're heterosexual. Yeah.
And let's just say, a lot of men in the comments did not take that well. Many felt attacked, especially since they probably had a certain impression of her in their minds. But here's where it gets even wilder. Some of these men started claiming she was about to lose a huge chunk of her fan base because of her statement. And of course, they brought up Doja Cat as an example. But it seems like a lot of these people forgot one key detail. Doechii isn't even straight to begin with. She's bi, and she made that clear during an interview with The Breakfast Club. And here's the real tea. Doechii didn't just cancel straight men out of her dating preferences to be shady or make them look bad. Nope, sis had a reason. Turns out she had a messy experience with an ex-boyfriend who claimed to be straight, but was actually on the DL the whole time.
The problem was that you cheated on me. You also could have let me know up front, what your style was. I'm bisexual. That's cool. I've dated a bisexual man. No problem.
It's different when it's a man.
That's the thing that I don't understand about women. They let their emotions control who they are. So you let one situation describe your whole move on shit. You weird.
As a person.
That's why when you let people get money on, they show their true colors, bro.
And get this, when he cheated on her, it wasn't just the betrayal that had her pissed. It was the fact that he lied about his sexuality and still had the audacity to cheat.
Yeah, if he cheated with a nigga, then that's how you be
So
AIDS.
from her perspective, it's not just about hating straight men. It's about protecting herself from the specific kind of chaos
but that
she's
don't mean
already
that she
been
gonna trash
through.
the whole people.
And honestly, can you blame her? I mean, Doechii was so traumatized by the whole experience that she literally sang about it. Like, when life gives you emotional damage, turn it into a bop, I guess. In her album, Alligator Bites Never Heal, her song Denial is a River spills all the tea about what went down. And y'all, this mess goes all the way back to 2019. That's when she finally put the pieces together and realized what was really going on. She lays it all out in the second verse where she says, remember old dude from 2019, nice clean nigga did me dirtier than laundry.
A lot of hoes
took a scroll
like
through his IG just to get a DM from his wifey. I was so confused. What should Doechii do? She didn't know about me, and I didn't know about Sue One. Open up the messages, then had to hit the Zoom. Turns out the girl was really a dude. Now, some straight men felt like Doechii should have softened her words a little. Like, maybe she could have used a different term instead of straight up calling straight men a red flag. And of course, some people just had to take it 10 steps further, claiming that Doechii, as a black queer woman, was planted in the industry to push some wild anti-straight man agenda. And honestly, I don't know about that one, so I'm passing it over to y'all. Do you think Doechii deserves all this backlash from her male fans, or is everyone just doing way too much?
This is what
Drop your thoughts in the
are.
comments, and don't forget to smash that like button and hit follow so you never miss out on the latest tea about your favorite celebs. Y'all, Drewski is not playing.
Man, females always want to play victim. They got a victim mentality, bro. It's weird. I just come to see through the BS, you know what I'm saying? Like, just to scan it out. My opinion don't mean nothing really matter in the end of the day. We just have to see people see like, bro, we see y'all. We y'all who run game on niggas or just think y'all run game. We see right through y'all. Like, bro, we ain't falling for none of the BS. Stay armor up, gang. You know what I'm saying? Crip.
I usually stay out of women's business, but I'm type excited about this one. It took a little bit to settle in, but it looks like there's a new hierarchy in the girl side of rap. And strangely enough, it is not the people who the blogs are telling you to listen to. Every day I get on Flo Millie's internet and tell y'all, don't fall for the marketing. And every day, y'all fall for the marketing. But not today. Some consumers nowadays are way more cognizant of what is being sold to them than the industry would like to give us credit for. And those people have very loud voices. And other people are just haters. So they go hand in hand. And when these two forces collide, we get exactly what is happening with the Doechii situation right now. Which may be an overcorrection, but I look at it as a step in the right direction. Let's talk about it. The kingmakers in the industry are trying to make a queen. She has everything that's necessary. Long career, documented history of being online, good enough music. They went and gave her the BBL, dark skin, everything's lining up. She should be the one. So why is it not working?
Can we
I
see
talked about this
through
concept before
y'all
in the Fake It Tea Make It video. Success in the industry is just the right combination of talent, preparation, and being given the chance. Everybody at some point is given the chance. I think the issue that people are having is that she's being given a little bit too much in their eyes. I can't tell you what too much is, but we can talk about it. Alright, Nicki Minaj carved out her throne at a time where there wasn't too many people to fight for the crown. But now there's a fresh new crop of rappers. And now that she's all but retired, they are all fighting for the same crown. Competition is fierce, because on the lady side of hip-hop, the competition is not the same as on the men's. The sample size is much smaller, there's way more comparisons, the standards are higher. Everybody is being compared to Nicki. Whereas in male rap, it's a lot larger, there's a lot more leeway. You can you can rap whatever you want, honestly.
Boom! Yo! The thing goes.
It's not even the artists themselves, but it's the fans watching some of the most talented artists in the game rip each other limb from limb. When two large voices like Cardi B and Nicki Minaj clash, the entire music industry on the women's side gets split in half, much like how it is right now for Kendrick and Drake. The problem there is a JT or a Megan Thee Stallion, their market is very different from a Drake and Kendrick. In addition to some of the music not appealing to men in the same way that music made by men does, it's also divided across barb or body gang lines. So it makes sense why at times the numbers just don't add up in comparison. It's hard to get the crown nowadays. And so it makes complete sense why they're trying to make one up. Does Doechii deserve all the backlash she's getting? Yeah. Who actually has the crown in hip-hop right now for the ladies? Is there a need to crown somebody in general? That's all. I don't want to give up my sources in case the old bosses, watching or nothing. But I remember about 3 years ago, a friend of mine interned at TDE. He told me they were lining Doechii up to be the next one. I'm thinking they're lining her up to be the next one for TDE. No, they're lining her up to be the fucking queen. But it does make sense with the amount of money that he said that they were spending at the time. The investment has to be recouped in one way, shape, or form. And I guess it's collection time. The industry does play the long game. I'm actually surprised to see it work out like this. Now, none of this means that she does not deserve to be where she is.
Yeah,
let's not get it confused or conflicted. Yeah. First heard about her in that 2021-2022 era of life, around LA, trying to get tapped in with everybody. And she's had talent since that day. I think the issue that we're having here is the bridge between talent and the amount of investment being put in from the label. Let's look at it somewhat objectively. Let's say we have artist 1, had a 10-year career, slowly built a fan base step by step, eventually gets a hit song before signing, signs, and then the motion is put behind them. There's more than enough people who have been listening on a grand scale to combat the industry plant allegations because there was stardom before the signing. There were hit songs before the signing. There was motion before the label was involved. Now, take that exact same artist, but remove the success until after the label gets involved. You can see how it doesn't fare the same in the public perception. It's not a crazy thing to say. And the overt pushback from the industry does not make it any better in her case. And having label executives, influencers, and magazines hit back against people that notice that the amount of support that she's getting is unlike any other artist. Come on, gang. You don't have to lie. You just have to make it not a bad thing. Spin the conversation away from industry plant and turn it into developing artists. I think Brian from Audio Mac said it the best. If it feels inorganic, it's only because the industry rarely gives new artists the same level of backing anymore. That's a great way to spin it. It's not incorrect, it's very facts. But this level of backing at the level that she was at to start is the issue I think a lot of people are having. As a fan of artist development and a fan of taking risks on artists, I love this button press.
I bet some type of nepotism, bro. Some type of weird shit behind it, bro.
Something great, like a Glorilla, a Sexy Red, a Lotto. There's a hit song out floating in the air, and you press the button to get them into superstardom.
Oh, yeah,
there was no song floating before TDE started stroking that button. Pause. And what comes with the button makes it seem all the more artificial. Of course, the Grammys have never been the measuring bar for anything culture or even hits in any way, shape, or form. But a Grammy performance for an artist who's been, circulating in the mainstream for 2 years, and then giving that same artist best rap album. for an album that was not talked about or streamed outside of Twitter propaganda and industry spaces. And to wrap it all up, 2025 Woman of the Year from Billboard. What's that? Rolling Stone, Billboard, Grammys, the unholy trinity of industry relationships. Not to mention all of the sampling to try to vie for a hit as soon as possible. The immediate marketing campaign after the Grammys to try to, capitalize on that. That's actually just good marketing. I can't really talk shit about that. But it all just feels inorganic, and people can talk about that without being, as Rolling Stone quotes, misogynistic and prejudiced.
See, Cardi B seemed more organic than motherfucking.
This is very reminiscent of the type of push that was given to Corday back in 2018, 2019. It's not at all that the skill isn't there. It's not at all that there's no ability to make good songs. It's that the fan base was not large enough. There wasn't enough tested, trusted music. At least not enough to start the type of run that we have right now. The level of money that was put in here does not reflect the level of artists that they were at when you put that money in. And so it comes off as inorganic. Could have just taken it a little bit slower. But I'm not the label. I'm just a guy with a microphone. Everybody has an opinion, and that don't make it valid. Okay, so we've seen who they're lining up for the crown. But who are the people who are in actual contention, at least right now, in the mind of public opinion? I don't know if you know this, but this is all opinion. So let's be guided here. Comparison shouldn't really work here, but for the sake of argument, we're gonna do it anyway. We got Lotto, Meg, Flo Milli, Glorilla, and I Spice. Now, a couple of these names are not like the others, but we're gonna talk about that. Now, before we say, where's Cardi, where's Nicki?
These are like the ones that already branded themselves in stone.
It's over. I don't know if they know it's over. I don't know if we know it's over, but it's over. Let's sunset, find some new things to do. Let's go model. Let's build some businesses. In terms of who's doing the most in order to get the crown, it seems like Glorilla has got it. Hit after hit for the last couple years. Consistent, good personality, connects with men and women. Makes it hard to give to anybody else. My sleeper pick, Lotto, only because it seems like she's trying to fill a Drake-sized hole in the market. And given the fact that she's younger, female, can play the same racial markets as Drake, can write similar songs, i.e. Georgia Peach, it's a possibility that we shouldn't count out. But for now, gotta give the glow. Shout out to CMG, man. I did not know that he was gonna go up like this. Maybe it's time to have a conversation about rapper record labels and who's actually doing this shit the right way. Or at least who it's working for. But in any case, we shouldn't detract from Doechii just because the rise is funded. Every rise is funded. It's just, there's a little bit more money behind this one. Rooting for her the same way I root for Corday or anybody else who got the machine behind them. It's actually the same level of hard to do it this way, because now you still have to build the fan base, and the expectations are insane, I believe. But honestly, who I really want to see, Flo Milli. Hopefully she pops that kid out and we get back right. Miss you, baby. Any case, that's enough what I think. What do you think?
You know, a lot of this game is rigged, man.
Get ready.
Alright, we back. See, one thing about Woody, man, I don't like Woody. I'm gonna keep it honest. He threw that nigga Ceddy Nash under the bus. He getting exposed, and he had nothing to say about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, a person like YSL Woody, bro, you would not want as your friend. You wouldn't want that nigga as anything close to you. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, it's a lot of people just like this motherfucker. You wouldn't want this motherfucker around you at all, because the whole time these motherfuckers plotting and scheming to try to backstab you in your back. You know what I'm saying? He backstabbed Thug. Now he backstabbing Ceddy. He backstabbed his own mama if he could. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't fall for the fugazi and the coonery buffoonery. You know what I'm saying? Like Ceddy Nash. Ceddy Nash got the same type of influence, not influence, but like in the same type of circles as like Vlad and 1090 Jake and. You know what I'm saying? And you know you can't trust them motherfuckers worth to save your life. Them motherfuckers are evil individuals who use the black community and try to manipulate and take everything they can from these niggas. And that's just the point bottom line, Crip. And that's just the same type of circle he put himself involved. They'll throw you down on the ground, trample on your ass, he still don't have nothing to say about these motherfuckers, but he trying to, you get what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. It's weird. The Munyon, bro, Woody bozo, big bozo. You know what I'm saying? He'll set his own granny up if he could to get a couple of bands. Let's be honest, man. Get the health insurance. You know, all in all, bro. I'll say, bro, y'all don't even own the hood. Y'all don't even own none of the blocks. Y'all don't own the streets. Y'all don't own none of the shit. So y'all trying to tell people what to do. Y'all let the white man and the white woman do whatever the fuck they want to do in your hood. And that's just a fact. And we out this bitch. Hood and outside big Crip gang.
Hey, Dad, you know, dog, when we link up, dog, this shit be legendary. Even though this is instrumental, you the engineer on it, so Kodak everywhere.